Tonight I'm starting this video from a what the hell perspective. Well, indeed, what the hell. Now you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the whiskey, and for me it was absolutely shocking that they are advertising a no-age statement whiskey for €105.95. Now I thought first it was a little bit of a mistake. How is it possible? Maybe it is just shy of 10 years. Maybe there's something special about this whiskey. And I thought to myself, buy yourself a sample, find that gold. Maybe it's made of some gold dust. Maybe there is some angels that weed in this whiskey. Maybe there's angel dust in it. I don't know. But surely it must be quite special for somebody to try and ask this amount of money for a whiskey. Now, I did a little bit of digging. Yes, it's non-chill filtered. It is high ABV. It is no color added. So they are really ticking the boxes, 50% ABV. So it is high ABV. But then I look at that price, €105.95 in my online stores here around in Belgium and of course in Holland. And just to make sure that you think I'm not talking BS, I will put a screenshot of the prices. Now I looked online as well, and I still have it open here. Now they do make a couple of these cask maturation or special cask maturation. They have the Fino Sherry cask, €105.95. They have the cognac, what we are trying tonight. They also have the Madeira cask, 70 centiliters, €105.95. And it is not like it's a small quantity or very limited quantity. If I look at the Madeira cask, 17,000 bottles were produced. If you just give me a second, the cognac cask, 15,100 bottles were produced. And if I look at the Vino Sherry cask, they have 15,650 bottles were produced. So not a small quantity, not as hand-filled. I just cannot see what is so special that the prices are just insane. Now, I also did a little bit of digging, and I just need to refer to my notes as well. Now, I've seen prices going up. I have been doing reviews for 3.5 years. I've been buying samples for 3.5 years. I've been buying full bottles for 3.5 years on a weekly basis. And I see certain prices are going up exponentially. It is absolutely, for me, a little bit of a rant going on. I know I will get to the whiskey, but I see the prices going up. I see even the samples where it used to be €4.50 as a entry-level sample, whiskey going maybe 60, 70 euros, you'll pay €4.50. Now you start off at least €7.50, going up to almost €100 for a 3 centiliter sample. Now for me that it become a little bit crazy, a little bit expensive, and I am not the only one. I do get a lot of response from my subscribers, and all of them are of the opinion that the prices are generally crazy. People are going to stop buying certain whiskey. The last one that I did, Glen Scotia, and comments that I did get from the Glen Scotia is that the rum cask is that at that price for a no-age statement whiskey, I do love it, but I will bypass it and find something else for a better value or even a better taste. And I completely agree with that. we are being bombarded with not just the distillery, but I also think some of the retailers are really taking the bad word out of us. And I think that it's time that we as the consumer also said enough is enough. Springbank comes to mind. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I do not blame the distillery. I think they're just riding the wave. Maybe another whiskey will come in, take their place, and they might fall behind. Not sure. But they are riding a wave. They are milking the consumer for as much money as that they can get in a certain period of time. So for me, this one, right from the get-go, I wanted to hate this whiskey. I wanted not just to hate it for the sake of hating it, but I don't want to like this whiskey because what happens if it is a fantastic whiskey? And I really would like, I would like to buy this whiskey. Now for me it becomes a little bit crazy. So it is a single malt whiskey. It is from Kilchoman. It is a distillery bottling edition 2023. This is matured in cognac barrique cask, bottled at 50% ABV, and of course it is peated whiskey. Now if you go onto their website, you get a little bit information, playing the fiddle that they've been hand selected, 32 specially selected cask for the maturation, and then they mature it for a minimum of 6 years. Wow, only 6 years, and then of course that is the end of that. So this whiskey that I have in this glass, 6 years old, €105.95. Now I did look online as well to some other places. There is some places selling it for 99.99, so 1 cent short of that €100. Oh my, come on, this is a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, enough of the rant. Let's talk about the whiskey. Natural color, non-chill filter, and bottled at 50% ABV. So color wise, it's 6 years and maybe a bit light straw color. There is not really a viscosity to it, maybe a hint of a viscosity, a little bit of a oiliness coming out and sticking to the glass. But of course it's all about the nosing and tasting. And there it is. It is peated. There is quite a lovely sweet peat coming out. I get a little bit of a dark chocolate note. I did not expect a chocolate note. It is quite strong on the nose. If I let it just settle a bit, quite pleasant. There's a little bit of a citrus note appearing, a little fruity notes appearing. That dark chocolate note is definitely there. And then, that is kind of it. And not unpleasant. The peat is peat that I kind of enjoy. So it's not really that bad with regards to the TCP, the hospital, the Band-Aid. There's a little bit of it. There's a little bit of a vanilla note and a hint of a toffee note coming out. So all in all, for me on the nose, quite basic. Nothing special. I think there's way more nicer whiskies at cheaper prices than this one. And I know I'm going to make a couple people upset. I see I already upset one guy or girl from the Glen Scotia review. They're telling me to not watching your review again. Please don't take it personal. I am doing these reviews and giving my honest opinion. So bear with me if you don't like it. Tell me in a comment why you think I am wrong. I will always willing to discuss a whiskey. But a normal peated whiskey, nothing special on the nose. On the taste, cheers. Now the taste, it is nice. It's sweet. Even at the 50% ABV, I do like the taste of it. I like the friendliness of it. I like the idea that it does have that hospital type of notes, a little bit of a TCP type of note, but it is not really overpowering and killing the whiskey for me. It hints more for me towards a little bit of a savory note. Let me just make sure. Cheers. Small sip for me is perfect. So that 50% does not really take over. On the nose, I do get that youthfulness of that, especially if you just give it a little bit of agitation. That youthful note, that ethanol note, that TCP mixed with that nail polish remover type of note. I cannot understand why they would stop at 6 years on this one. I'm just glad that they did not put this on the bottle, proudly announcing this is a 6-year-old bottle. I think a lot of people will buy this bottle not realizing it is 6%. And well, it is. I am actually speechless with this whiskey. There's no way in hell that I will ever pay €105.95 for this bottle. The taste, I do like the taste. I know this whole video is all about ranting and raving, but I can tell you, before I started making this video, there was a lot of choice words that came out. When I did have to retake a couple of scenes, delete, try again, because I got a little bit agitated, and I can see my subscribers also getting a little bit agitated on the ridiculous prices that's coming out now for whiskey. Now, just one more sip. There's nothing wrong with this whiskey. It is a pleasant whiskey. For me, it is a nice winter sipper, something when the weather cools down a bit, bloody hot here in Belgium, and I can see myself sipping away on that. But I can tell you, at that price, if I had to pay that amount of money for this whiskey, it's not going to go down well. I think somewhere there's definitely a problem with the pricing of whiskey nowadays. So will I buy it again? No. If somebody will gift it to me and says this is a present, I will say thank you very much, and I will probably enjoy it. But there is a cut-off point, a point where I need to say that I'm not willing to take my money and buy something as mediocre as this at that price. Then I would definitely, I've got some Lejeune 10, that's a perfect one, and it's going to be much better than this one. So that's me, a little bit of a rant and rave. Let me know in the comment what you think. Have you tried it? Is it something that you would recommend somebody else go buy? What do you think about the pricing? Do you think it's really worth spending this amount of money for something that's 6 years old? Well, leave a comment, be kind. I think this is going to be my first rant. And well, maybe I should not be ranting and raving on whiskey. But anyway, that is my rant for the day. Let me know, and I see you next time. Cheers.